This conference will now be recorded.
So, in today's class, we are going to learn Power Query. So, Power Query, it is a data connection technology integrated into Excel. What you can do, you can import the data from other source. It can be Notepad, it can be through Excel only, or it can be data from other source, that is from Oracle. From anywhere you can import the data and you can work on it. Okay. So Power Query, it is a free add-in by Microsoft built in 2016 and 2019 version. So it is a ETL tool. ETL tool means, full form of ETL is, you can extract, you can transform, and you can load the information. Okay. You can have any data source. You can bring that to Excel. If you have a number of data, you can clean, you can transform, and you can load it back. Okay. It can be from a PDF or CSV file or SQL file. So what do you mean by clean? Clean means if you have any duplicate records in your database, or if you have any null values or merge cells, all those things will be removed and you can bring it to Excel. So,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, we can't see anything. I mean, I can't see anything on the
Okay, okay,
screen.
okay. Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't share the screen. One second. So, Power Query is a data connection technology integrated into Excel. So, what you can do with the help of Power Query is you can bring the data from other source. Other source can be Excel, from Excel only, if not from Notepad or from PDF file, from anywhere you can bring the data and you can work on it. Okay. So Power Query, it is a free add-in by Microsoft. Okay. 2016 and 2019 version. So it is a ETL tool. ETL means extract, transform, and load. You can have any data source. Okay. You can bring it to Excel. You can clean the data. You can transform and you can load it back. Okay. So other source, it can be PDF, CSV file, SQL file, anything. Now what do you mean by clean? Clean means in your database, if you have any duplicate records or you have any blank values, okay, all those things will be removed. So only 3% of people in the world knows about Power Query tool. Others are still behind. They are using VBA macros. It also does automation. Okay. Power Query is also automation tool. VBA is also automation, but in VBA you should write the code, whereas in Power Query you can do your automation on your button click. Okay, it's very simple. So why you are going for Power Query? So manual work can be converted to automation with the help of Power Query. we have many functions in Excel. To write function, it is difficult. You have text function, you have number function, you have date function, lookup functions and all. Okay, so you have around 99 functions. Now suppose if I want to find the age of the person, so I'll be using date diff function in Excel. I should type the formula, but here on button click you can get the output of it. Okay, I need not type the formula. So what else Power Query can do? If you have a folder which is having some information, that is CSV means comma separate values, you can combine and make a separate file in only 3 button click, and you can get the answer. Okay, without using keyboard, without using formula, without using functions, only button click is required. Okay, so manual works can be done through automation. So we have 95% features in Power Query on button click. So now how to do it, we will check it out. So in this worksheet I have some data. So here, what is the data I have? I have prefix, I have first name, I have last name. And when I have my first name and last name, while typing the name, I have given some space. Okay, so you can trim the space. You have trim command in Excel, it will remove the space. But here in Power Query, I am not going to write the function. On button click, it's going to remove the spacing present in your data. Okay, so how to do that? So in Excel only I have my data. I have stored the data in Excel worksheet. Okay, now what I'll do, you have a data tab. In data tab, you select from table or range. Okay, select this from table or range. Now here, whatever database you have selected, it is showing you the data is being selected from A column first row to C column seventh row, and my first row is having header, that is field names are present. So you need to select this option. My table has headers. Then you click on OK. Once you click on OK, your Power Query editor window is going to be opened. Now you are in Power Query editor. You are in Power Query editor window. Okay. Now the same data, it has come here. Now you can make use of the functions. I need not write the functions here. So what are the functions? We'll see with text functions first. So we will work on text functions. Now first thing is I want to remove the space. Okay, if I want to remove the space, using control you can select all the 3 columns. Okay, here you have home tab, transform, add column and view. Okay, so I'll go for transform. Here you have format. Under format I'll go for trim. So this trim function, it's going to remove all the spaces present in the first name and last name. So just click on this. It's going to remove the spaces. I need not write the formula here. So on button click, the formula present in your on button click, whichever function that you have selected, that function is going to be performing. That is, it will remove the space and it's going to show you the output. Okay, in Excel you were having undo command, but here you don't have undo command. So what are the steps that you are performing or you have performed, that is going to display in this applied steps. Okay, so you have applied trimmed text, so it has removed the space. Again, if I click on this changed type, so earlier when you came to Power Query, this was your data. After that I have selected trim function. On button click, it has removed the space and it is showing you the output. Now if you want to get this output to your Excel sheet, okay, I want to bring this data to my Excel sheet. What I'm going to do is, you click on this home button. Under home button you have two options here: close and load. Close and load to. So close and load means it will save the changes to the query, okay, and closes the query editor window and loads the result to your default destination in your Excel sheet. Okay, but if you want in the same sheet, in a next column the output also has to be displayed, then I can go for this close and load to. Now in this case I'll select close and load to. Any doubts you have? Are you understanding? Okay. Now I'll go to home tab. Here you are selecting in the Power Query editor, you are clicking on home tab and you are selecting close and load to. Click on close and load to. See, in your worksheet you have this data. Okay, this was not cleaned. Now you want that cleaned data to be displayed in the same sheet. Okay, you can select here, I want it in the existing sheet itself. You can mention the location where you want the output to be displayed. I am selecting the cell, that is F column first row. Now click on OK. Now you can see here you have this original data. Original data always it will show you in blue color, and your cleaned data, that is it has removed the spacing, and that data again you have brought to Excel sheet. Okay, that is displayed in green color. Okay, this is my original data and this is my cleaned data. Okay, now suppose if I add any record here in my original data. Okay, see, new record I have added here, but if I want the same changes to be applied here, so what I can do, this is my data which is cleaned. On this data you right click and select refresh. See, Here, while typing the data, you have given some space. Again, where you have got the output, if you right click on that and select refresh, even that new data is been trimmed and it is showing you the output. Any doubts you have? Okay. Now again, if I want to take this to Power Query, what I'll do, I'll just double click on this table 1. Okay. Click on table 1. Again, you are back here. Now I want to use these functions. Okay. So click on transform. Here you have change case options. That is, you have lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word. Trim, already we have done it. Okay. Now what I'll do, I want to convert my text to lowercase. So I'll select these two columns. I'll select name, hold the control key, select even this first name and last name column. If you want to apply it on the same column, select these two columns by going to transform. So I've gone to transform. I'll go for this lowercase. See, my name is converted to lowercase. Again, go for uppercase. My text is converted to uppercase. Again, I'll go for capitalize each and every word. Each and every word, first letter is capital, remaining lowercase. See, so far whatever changes I have made. First time I selected lowercase, then uppercase, then capitalize each and every word. If you don't want, again you can click back. But if you want this changed data, go for home tab, close and load. Now this time you select close and load. See, it has applied here. Okay. Now again, if I want to make changes, just double click on this. It will take you to Power Query, Editor. But I want the output in a separate column. If I want the output in a separate column, select this column, hold the control, select both first name and last name. Go to transform. Here you have merge columns. Instead of first name and second last name, I don't want this to be in separate column. I wanted to merge it. Click on this merge column. Click on merge column. So when you are merging, what should be the separator? Separator means whether you want to have a space between the first name and last name, or you can have a comma, you can have a special character, anything. So in this case, I'm selecting, I would like to have a space between my first name and last name. So the delimiter can be a space, comma, or any other hyphen, anything you wanted, you can select. Now if I click on OK, see, your data merged. Two columns were there, it's got merged and it's showing you in one column. Now if I want to bring to Excel, go to home, tab, close and load. See, it is showing you here also. Okay. Now again, double click on this query and connection. Double click on table 1. If you want it in a separate column, okay. Now I'll remove this. Merged columns I'll remove. I want these two columns output in a separate column. Select these two columns. Click on add. In add column, I'll go for this merge column. Select both the columns, first column, last column. Go to add column. In add column, select merge column. So what should be the delimiter? I would like to have space. Click on OK. See, I'm able to see the original three columns as it is, but I want the merged output to be displayed in separate column. Okay. So if you want to change the heading of this, instead of merged, just double click here. I can change this to full name. Now if you want this changed output, now if you want to bring it to Excel, go to Home tab, close and load. See, automatically changes what you have made, it's going to be displayed here. Next again, I'll just click on this. I'll go for next column. Okay, I'll take another example. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? I've told you about text function. In text function, how to trim, how to remove the space, then how to convert your text to uppercase, lowercase, capitalize each and every word, and how to merge the columns. Either it should get applied for the original column, or you can add a new column. The output should be displayed in the new column. Any doubts? Okay. So again, I have one more data. In this database, I have name of the doctor and the age. Okay. Now I want to use text function on this. So before this name, I want to include doctor. Okay. And for age, I want to display suffix. Suffix means after this age, I want to display some text. Prefix means before this name, I want to display some text. So how to use prefix and suffix on data. So in the Excel, you have stored this content. Second thing is You're selecting this data, go to data tab, click on this from table or range. Click on this from table or range. So in this data, my first row is have header. So my table has header. So if it is not being selected, you need to select it. And my database range, it has selected from A1 to B6 because I have selected that same range is appearing here. Now click on OK. It's going to open Power Query Editor. Okay. Now I want to combine these two columns. Okay. In a separate column. So what I'm going to do is I'll add a column. Go for add column. In that add column, select these two columns by pressing Control key. You are selecting name of the doctor, hold the Control key, select even the age, then go to merge column. So now merge data will be displayed in a new column. I want to have a separator, that is space. Click on OK. See, you can do it like this. If you don't want this, then change type. Let it remain as it is. Now how to use prefix and suffix for these two columns. So select only this name of doctor. I want it to get applied for the same column. Okay. I don't want new column. Go for transform. Transform means it's going to affect for the column selected. Whatever function you are going to select, it's applicable for the same column. But if you want it to be applied for a next column, it has to show you the same result in a new column, means then go for add column. Now in this case, whatever function I select, it should get applied for the same column. I don't want it to display in a new column. So I'll select this name of doctor. From transform tab, I'm going for this format. I'm selecting add prefix. Add prefix means I want to add some information before the name. Go for add prefix. Click on insert. Now prefix, enter a text value to add to the front of each value in the column. So I want to include this as doctor and I want to have a space. So I've given dr dot space. Now if I click on OK, see it's going to show you it's prefixing with doctor for each and every name. Similarly, you are selecting this column under transform tab. You are going to this format. You are selecting suffix. Suffix means after that age I want something to be displayed. So go for suffix. Click on insert. Now what you wanted to appear after that age. So I'll give one space and type years. Click on OK. See, it's going to show you like this. So before name, I want to display doctor. After the I want to display years. Now if I want to bring this data to Excel, next to my original data only, I want to see this output. Okay, formatted output. So what I'm going to do is go to home tab. Here you select close and load to. Close and load to means in the same sheet where I have my original data, Next to that, I want the formatted data to display. So I'll go for this close and load. Now it's going to ask you where the output has to be displayed. So I'll select existing worksheet. In existing worksheet, I'm selecting a new cell. Select a new cell, click on OK. See, I'm able to see the original data in blue color and the formatted output is displayed in this same worksheet. Both I can see. Okay. Any doubts you have? A response, guys. If I double click, again it will take you to Power Query Editor. See, if I want the source, you have the source data. I have not formatted. So if I click on this, again you're getting back the source. Whatever changes you have made so far, if you click on it, again you're going to get it back. You don't have undo option here. First thing, you had selected prefix, then you have added suffix, then you have merged the columns. Okay, if you click on it, again you will get it back. If you don't want, if you want the original data, let it remain as it is. Now what I am doing, I want to include prefix and suffix for this column. Someone was having doubt. I'm just repeating once again. Select this column which has got name of the doctor. Transfer means in the same worksheet where you have your original data. So next to that only, I want even this formatted data to be displayed. Okay. For that reason, what I am doing, I am not adding one more new column here. For the existing column only, for name of the doctor, I want to prefix. Okay. So go for transform. You have format. Go for add prefix. Click on insert. What should be prefixed before the name of the doctor? I want to prefix with doctor. Give a space. Then you click on OK. See, for the same column it is applying. Again, if I go back to source, suppose if I want it in a separate column, what you will do? You will click on add column. You can go to format, go for add prefix, click on insert. So what should be prefixed before the name? Add that doctor, click on OK. See, it is adding a new column. Okay, if you don't want this, again go to source. I want it to get applied for the existing columns itself. So I'll go for transform, go for format, add prefix, insert, click on OK. Again select this next column, format, add suffix, insert. So after that age, I want one space, give a space and then type years. Then click on OK. Now see, automatically even the alignment has got changed. Always text will be left aligned, numbers will be right aligned. Since I have included even years, so automatically it has changed the alignment of the age column to left hand side. Now if I want to bring this data to Excel, so what I'll do, go to Home tab, close and load. Okay, close and load. See, you'll get this data. Any doubts you have? Have you understood? Okay. So I've told you about text functions. Which are the text functions I've told you now? Can you please name the text functions which we have discussed? Lower, trim, uppercase, then trim, then I've told you one more. Three more I've told you. I've told you three more functions. Merge I've told you. Suffix I've told you. Prefix I've told you. What is the difference between transform and add column? So what is the difference between transform and add column? Tell me guys, difference between transform and add column. What is the difference? Okay, add column. If people leave, attendance will not be marked. You will not get the attendance. Again, attendance will not be marked if you have left. Add column, what it does. Only one person has answered. Others are not there in the class. If you want me to skip, I'll skip. Power query is over. If there is interaction, then only I'll proceed with the other functions. No one is there, is it? It will add an extra column and the output is shown in the new column. What is the difference between load to and you have two options, right? Load to and difference between load to and close and load to. What is the difference between this? Then close and load to. First time when you go for close and load to, you want to see your original data as well as the cleaned data next to it only. Then you can go for this close and load to. Next time onwards, if any changes is made, for the change data, you will be selecting close and load. Then your original data and your cleaned data is displayed in which color? Original data is displayed in which color and clean data is displayed in which color? Okay, your formatted or clean data is in green color. Now if I want, suppose if I add some more data to my original, in my clean data also, I want it to get applied. So what am I supposed to do? So you should click on clean data, right click on it and refresh to get the changed output. Okay. Again, under text functions, we have one more example. Again, I'll just open a new file. All these you just write in a separate files, whichever example I'm taking. Okay. So I have one more database, that is shipping address, which contains place, city, and state. I want this to be separated and displayed in separate columns. So first what you will do, you will select this data, go to data tab, from table or range. Here it is showing you the database range, and in the first column you have the heading, that is shipping address. You should select this, my table has header. Click on OK. It is going to take you to Power Query Editor screen. Now I want to split this. If I want to split this either in the same column or in the separate column. Okay, if I want, I can go for add column. So here I'll go for add column, text before delimiter. So your delimiter is comma. Here you are given comma here. You have place, place is Thane, city, Mumbai, and the state, Maharashtra. So in between this you have a comma separator, that is your delimiter. So click on OK. Now only Thane. So this column has been extracted. Again in the new column I again wanted to extract text after delimiter. After delimiter is comma. Here you go for advanced option. So your delimiter, number of delimiters. So after the first delimiter, after 0. So go for extract. Delimiter is comma. Text between delimiter. So text between the delimiter. Starting delimiter is comma. Again ending delimiter is comma. I'll click on OK. See, only the middle column data is extracted. Now again, if I want the last column, go to extract after delimiter. Delimiter is comma. From the end of the output. Go for extract after delimiter, comma. Now you can bring it back to Excel. Go for close and load, close and load to. It will ask you from which cell you wanted to bring the data. Select existing worksheet, select a new cell. You can see the original data as well as the extracted data. So if you have made any mistake, it's not going to show you. You please try it once again. Any doubts in this? Okay. Next, we'll try it out with date functions. So you open a new file. Here I have this date. So always see to that when you enter the date in Excel, in your taskbar, date is displayed in which format? It is displayed in month, date, and year. You need to enter the date in that format, and then you can select this date range. You can go for in home tab, go to this custom, more number format. In custom, you can mention in which format you want. DD means date. MMM three times means it will show you in abbreviated form. If you type four times M, it's going to show you in full form. Similarly, if you type 2Y, it is showing you the output here. It will show you only 25. If I type four times, it will show you 4-digit year. Okay. Then if you click on OK, you will get the date in that particular format. So always type the date. If you want to type the date, first type the month, then type the date, then type the year. Then if you drag it, you'll get the date. If you want the format to be changed, under home tab, here it is showing you date. Click here, go to more number format. Here you have custom. Under custom, it is showing you the format. It is showing you in month, date, and year. But if I want month, if I want, I can change the format. I want to display it as date. Then if you want hyphen or slash as your separator, you can select it. I want to have a dash month. If you want full month, you can type 4 times M. If you want year, 2-digit, type 2 Ys, or 4-digit, 4 times Y. Okay. Now click on OK. So it's going to show you the date in this particular format. Or you have so many different formats available. You can select whichever format you wanted. Okay. Either you can go to this date format. You can choose whichever format you wanted. Whichever format you wanted, you can select it. Okay. Now I have order date here. That is, you have date, month, and year. I would like to extract only date, only month, only year. So how to do that? Okay, you are in a new workbook. In this new workbook, I have order date. Select the range. Go to data tab. Select from table or range. And you have a header here. The first row contains header. That is my order date. Click on OK. It's going to take you to Power Query editor. Now you can see here I have not inserted time, but it is showing you along with date time also. You can see here one button. Click on that. I want to display only date. Select date. Replace the current one. Only date is displayed now. Okay. Now I'll use this date functions. Go to add column. In add column, now I'll click on this date. So what you wanted to extract? I want to extract date only. Date only is extracted. If you don't want this, remove this. Again, go for date. If I want to extract only year, extract only year. Again, go for date. Say I'm not typing any formula. In Excel, you were supposed to type is equal to today. Open and close the bracket. So it was showing you the current date. But here on a button click, you are going to get this output. So we are going to add column. If you want to extract year, extract only year. Again, go to date. And select close and load to. In the same sheet, I want even the output of it to be displayed in a new cell. So you should not make a mistake while doing it. I'll just show it once again. Go for add column. I want only year. Select only year. Again, go for date. You should select this order date. Okay. Select order date. That is why I was not getting. Select this order date. From that, I want to extract only month. So it is showing you 621 like this. If you are not able to understand that, select the order date. I'll select name of month. It will show you the name of the month. Again, select order date. Here I want to display day, name of the day. Click on OK. Name of the day, it will show you Wednesday. Again, select the order date, go to date. You can go for day, like this. It's going to show you the date. Okay, date, month, year. Now if you want to bring this to Excel, go to Home tab, close and load to. Select existing sheet. Next to this original data only, I want to display the output. Okay, like this. Any doubts you have on this date function? Okay. I'll mark the attendance. I'll just open a new workbook. Here I'll just type name, salary. I have one database, name and salary. I'll select this data, go to data tab, from table or range, click on OK. Okay, I have name and salary here. Either you can go for a new column or for existing column. I'll just select only the salary column. I'll go for add column. Under add column, you have here standard. Okay, number function standard. click on add. If you click on add, so for salary, I'm adding 5,000 rupees. If I add 5,000 for the salary value, that output has to be displayed in the next column. Click on OK. See, if you add 5,000 for this existing salary, this will be the added value. Again, I'll select the salary column, go to subtract. The original value is 50,000. If you subtract 10,000, now it's going to show you the output in this way. Suppose if you want to know the annual salary, again go for the salary, go to multiply. So salary into 12. So this is your annual salary. So if you want to divide, you can go for divide. So always select the original column, that is salary, then go for standard. Now I'll go for divide. So if I divide this by 5, so it's going to show you the salary. Okay. Or if you divide this by 25, 25 days. Okay. It's going to show you daily salary. Okay. Now if I want to bring this to Excel, go for add column, go for home tab, close and load to. So next to this original data, I want my data to be displayed in a new cell in the same sheet. If you want new sheet, you can select new sheet. I'll go for existing worksheet, select the new cell. So while working on this, you should not make any error. If not, again you should try it out from the beginning. Okay. So I'll just ask you some queries. Please answer. So Excel is for workbook. Workbook contains sheets. Sheet will have a number of pages. In Excel, when you save the file, what is the extension it's going to save?
dot excel sx.
Yes. Then if you want to edit the cell content, what is the function? You have three methods to edit the cell content. How do you edit the cell content? Either double click on the cell or go to the formula bar. You can type or press function key F2. You can edit the cell content. So I want you people to go through shortcut keys. Okay. So next class I'll be asking you queries. Meantime, you can go to Google. There you can type Excel quiz question and answer. You'll get the question along with that answers. Okay. You can take that quiz. Okay. You don't first you predict the output and then click on the answer. So whatever you're predicting and whatever output, if it is same, then you will come to know. So you need to check it out once. Okay. So in the next class, we have one more append query. So wherein you should have data in multiple sheets and how to work on it, that I'll be telling append query in the next class. Today's class I have told you about text function, number function, date functions. Okay. Like you can have data in multiple sheets, how you can combine it, how you can append it to one single sheet. That I'll be showing you in tomorrow's class. But meantime, we'll just this you try it out once, but try each example in a different worksheet only. What is the difference between product sheet, product workbook, and assigning password to the file? That is encrypting your file. Hmm? So product sheet protects a particular sheet. Okay. Drawback. Drawback of product sheet. Data can be copied to another sheet. Okay. Product workbook. Then so you can make changes to the sheets. But what other things you cannot do? So you cannot add a sheet. You cannot move, can't copy. You cannot delete. You cannot hide. These things cannot be done. Then what is encrypting your file? What is encrypting your file? You are assigning password to your file. Before opening your file, it should ask me for username, so that one who knows the password, one who has assigned password to my file, only can make changes to my file, the data which is present in my worksheet. So I want my product file so that others should not make changes to the content of my file. So I am protecting it by assigning a password. So shortcut key for how do I go to the last row? How do I go to the last row? the last row number? How do I check? What is a cell? Control down arrow key. What is the last row number? Okay. Last row number. And last column. Okay. Last column. Okay. So default, how many sheets are present in the workbook? Default, how many sheets are present? You can increase up to. Okay. What is active cell? So the cell which you are working in. What is cell? So intersection of row and column is cell. So one more method of going to the last row is, you are here. So you have a name box. So in the name box, I can type the cell reference number. So that is a column. Suppose if I want to go to a column 100th row, if you type it here, you can go to that column. So similarly, if I want to come back to A1 cell, I can just type A1. Similarly, you can type the last row number, you can go to that column. Okay. So what does formula bar show? What does formula bar show? What does formula bar display? So in the Google, you can type shortcut keys in Excel, make a list of all the shortcut keys. The data is stored in a cell. What a question I asked. I asked. So formula bar will show you the content present in the cell. As well, if you have any formula in that cell, that is going to appear in the formula bar. Text is what aligned, numbers are what aligned. Text is left aligned, numbers are right aligned. Okay. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, we will be discussing about append query, and we'll go on through this different types of shapes. Okay, pictures, smart arts, charts, and you have sparkline. Okay, so you have to practice all these things. Okay, today we will end up the session. We'll continue in tomorrow's class. Thank you.